Look how beautiful it is. We found the cherry blossoms. Yay, they're so pretty.
So what's one of the top things you don't want to happen on your once-in-a-lifetime trip to a place like Japan? Yep, you guessed it, catching COVID. At the end of our day in Yokohama, I started feeling a little bit off, just not very good. And so when we got back to the hotel, I took a COVID test, just to be sure. And there it was, a bright red positive line on the COVID test. So immediately I told Dani, and she took a test herself, still negative. We have been pretty careful in Japan because of the mask rules and all that stuff. So thankfully she was still negative, which was really important for the marathon coming up. So we immediately got her another hotel room and she moved her stuff out. And yeah, so I spent the next 4-5 days by myself in a hotel room with only one English channel. That would be CNN. So I saw all the happenings of the Alex Murdaugh trial pretty much live as they happened in the morning there. And then I saw this commercial a bunch of times. Yeah, I'm not sure why somebody in Japan needs to buy a handheld portable chainsaw with an LED as a primary feature. I don't know. But yeah, I saw this a lot. Yeah, so this is pretty much my life. Dani brought me snacks and drinks and stuff in the morning, so I had some food to eat during the day, lots of cup ramen, cup noodles, as we mentioned before. And yeah, it sucked. That was not ideal. Yeah, so thankfully it was a very mild case. I felt fine, just a mild fever the first night and a little bit of tiredness for a couple of days, but very mild case. We just had to be careful and make sure that I kept away from Dani so she could continue to test negative ahead of the marathon on Sunday. Please enjoy her adventures over the next couple of days leading up to the marathon, and then I'll rejoin the party when we head to Kyoto on Monday.
So after Tori tested positive, it was time to find me a new hotel room, which unfortunately meant an entirely new hotel 20 minutes away. The next day, I followed Tori's itinerary and took in some more sights around the city. The first stop was Rikugien Garden, which translates to 6 Poems Garden. This garden is located near the Tokyo Dome. The garden has 2 paths, one of which takes about 30 to 40 minutes and the other about an hour. The garden also has wheelchair access. Throughout the garden, you can also find many azumaya, or summer pavilions. Entrance to the garden costs 300 yen, or about 2 euros. When I visited, it was around 10:30 in the morning on a Friday, and it was not crowded at all, and allowed for a very peaceful walk through the grounds. My next stop was Ueno Park, which is one of Japan's 5 oldest public parks. It contains a zoo, museums, gardens, and Shinobazu Pond. The park is free to visit, though it does cost to enter the zoo and the other attractions. Though we were a bit early in the season for the cherry blossoms, we did find a few trees in glorious bloom. Look how beautiful it is. We found the cherry blossoms. Yay, they're so pretty. I'm so glad we're able to find it. I put my sunglasses down, but then they fog up due to the mask. But this is Ueno, U-E-N-O Park. Really pretty. In the center of the pond, there is an island where Bentendo Temple stands. This temple is a Buddhist temple dedicated to the goddess Benzaiten, also called Benten, who is the only female member of Japan's 7 lucky gods. The original temple was destroyed in a World War II bombing and was reconstructed in 1958. It still contains the original Benzaiten statue which survived the bombing. Next up was Asahi Sky Room. If you look closely, the outside of the building resembles a large glass of beer with foam on top. The Sky Room is located at the top of the Asahi building, which is the company's headquarters. After arriving at the building, you must take the elevator to the 21st floor and then an escalator to the 22nd floor where you find the Sky Room. Before you go, make sure to bring cash as they do not take cards, which I learned the hard way. They have a small food menu and a nice selection of Asahi beers, and the views are incredible. For the last stop of the day, I walked over to the Tokyo Sky Tree. The combo ticket to visit both the Tembo Galleria and the Tembo Deck is 3,100 yen, or around 20 euro. When you first arrive, you take an escalator up to the 4th floor, where you'll find the ticket counter and the Tokyo Sky Tree mural. This mural is constructed with 10 large monitors presenting an animated map of Tokyo as a mix of reality and fiction, past and future. This artwork was all digitally hand-drawn. The combination of the static artwork with the animated panels was creative and innovative. The views from the top of the world's tallest tower are breathtaking. It was fascinating to see all the diverse architecture laid out in the city. Even though I felt like I had already seen so much of the city, this view reminded me just how huge Tokyo actually is. They even have their own mascot, Sorakara. So cute. There's also a cafe you can visit and a spot where they have a glass view straight down to the bottom of the tower. With the millions of people in Tokyo, I still managed to run into a decade-old Instagram friend who I had never actually met in person before. Hey Rachel! You can't go to Tokyo and not take part in the Scramble crossing in Shinjuku. At around 11 a.m. on Saturday, it doesn't have quite the same level of intensity that a weekday might bring, but it was still quite a sight and a good example of organized chaos. Sunday, 5th of March, was the big day, the Tokyo Marathon. I'm not sure how I went from hating running to someone chasing the 6-star challenge, but here I am. There are 6 world major marathons: Boston, New York, Chicago, Berlin, London, and Tokyo. If you complete all 6, you are considered a 6-star finisher. I ran my first of the world majors in April 2013 in Boston, and Tokyo will be the final one I needed, completing an almost decade-long challenge. Originally, I was set to run Tokyo in March 2020, and well, we all know what happened then. The Tokyo Marathon would be my 25th career marathon, and I was ready to take this day as the true victory lap that it was. That meant there was no time goal, but to get out there, savor every step, and remember the amazing experiences from the other 24 marathons I've done. I made as many character stops as possible. How many places do you see a group of Marios and Luigis on the side of a race course? I made sure to take as many pictures as I could to remember the epic sights of running past temples, shrines, and through Times Square type areas. The course is flat and offers a few out and back portions, which I love because I got to experience the elites whiz past me looking like they were out on a Sunday stroll with how effortless their strides are. The entertainment along the course, though blocked in many spots by spectators, truly highlighted the varying aspects of Japanese culture. After crossing the finish line drenched in happy tears and a little sweat, I snaked through the lines to collect my finisher medal before making what felt like the longest hike to the World Marathon booth to collect my special 6-star medal. This was it. The challenge that I had been chasing for so long was complete. The tears started as I once again proved to myself that I'm stronger than I think. On Monday, it was time to say sayonara to Tokyo for now and make our way to Kyoto. Tori was already feeling much better and was ready to escape the confines of her hotel room. We made our way to Tokyo Station from our respective hotels, picked up some Ekiben boxes, and hopped on our first Shinkansen ride. Join us next time when we get our first taste of Kyoto.
Thanks for watching.
Remember to like and subscribe as it really helps us build the channel. Until next time!
Bye.